was. It's like one high school in itself.
Yeah.
Why did ASU like ditch Mercado? Like not fully, but like. Why isn't there more stuff going on in there?
I've heard rumors that med school, I've heard rumors that like the hotel is taking over that space, who knows?
It's so
Something,
crazy.
yeah.
They said that in like the, whatever the bio med section that ASU is like partners with like Mayo Clinic.
All right, folks.
Just like have like.
So we are in the home stretch, which I know you're really sad about, so.
Yeah.
I've started grading your exams. Those take me a little longer than the last one, so I'll get those back to you next week. Also realized on the way over here, I've never released the scores from your last app, so I'll do that today probably. So we're gonna turn our attention to the project. So preview of what's coming. So today, big picture overview, maybe some time to start, maybe not. Tuesday will be I'll say facilitated work session, so I'll probably make that optional if you want to be, not attendance optional, but Zoom or in-class optional, like we've done those before. Then Thanksgiving, which is a terrible break time for a semester, but you can't really change Thanksgiving. And then Tuesday we come back are your presentations, and we'll talk more about those, but those are 1 slide, 1 minute. So those are just like previews. They're not like a full thing. They're like a preview of your project. And then the last Thursday of class we'll have fun. And then your final project is due December 10th-ish. We'll talk about the ish at some point, but technically December 10th. So today is November 21st. You've got basically 3 weeks. So plenty of time. Plenty of time. Okay. So today we're gonna again just give you a broad overview of what's available and how to kind of chunk your way through it bite by bite. First, let's just remind you of the topic. I mean, you've taken the survey multiple times by now. So you're going to be answering these questions. Okay. What is the relationship between stress and overall well-being, between stress and motivation to graduate, between coping strategies and well-being, coping strategies and motivation to graduate? How does stress differ by year in school and gender? How do coping strategies differ by year in school and gender? How does well-being differ by year in school and gender? And how does motivation to graduate differ by year in school and gender? So this is what your project is going to cover. We're all using the same data set, right? Which is what you've been filling out. Most, perhaps all of you will do this version. There is an alternate. If you want a little bit of a challenge, although in some ways it's probably easier because it's shorter. Does stress predict overall well-being and motivation to graduate? That's basically the same. What's different in this one is the stress. Does that relationship depend upon coping skills? So I introduced to you the idea of moderation at some point. So in other words, let's say as stress increases, well-being decreases. Okay. But if you have coping skills, maybe that doesn't apply. Okay, so that's what this question is answering. If you want to do this topic, it's actually gonna be a little bit shorter project, a little more advanced statistics. I will help you with the statistics. I'll run through the statistics with you. I'll help you through the whole thing. If you want to do that, I think that would be interesting. Up to you. Okay. That's your topic. Right. You can do this either by yourself. Most of you, I suspect, will do it by yourself. That's normally the way it goes. Several weeks ago, you filled out a preference and I started putting those together. If you've changed your mind now, you can do that. But a couple of you either didn't fill it out or like there was some mismatches. So we're gonna take a few minutes and let me work those like partnerships out. Okay. So this is like talk amongst yourselves for a few minutes, except that I tripped and hurt myself. All right. You see that. I need the screen off because I need to look at your group preferences and I don't want to show you because some people said like, I don't want to work with so-and-so and I don't want to show you that. But why want to go off? It's not a dilemma I was anticipating. I really don't want to turn the whole computer. Oh, let's do this.
There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Alright. All right, here's who I need to see. This doesn't mean you're in trouble. This means most of you had no preference. And I was like, well, let's see how things play out. So the following folks, come here: Colton, Kayla, Kendra, Savannah, Alyssa, Aylin, Hayden, Avalon, Ryan Y. Those folks come up here. Everybody else just to hang out for a few minutes. Bear with me.
Probably put my wife.
I don't know yet.
Should I go there as well?
That's why you're on.
I missed that.
Do you have a preference by yourself with a partner or no preference?
Would it be harder for us to do it, like, compare both of ours
Do you guys?
It'd be harder to what?
to be in a
Working
group?
groups or do you want?
Depends on your working dynamics.
Oh, no, we'll be fine. Yeah, we can go together.
Okay.
Yeah,
I had those.
She said she would want.
Yep.
Four of
Um,
us. So you could do 2 and 2. One work alone and work in a group.
Good, because I hate presentation. At least I can twiddle my thumbs around.
It's up to you. I don't have the time to do a full thing on my, to be honest. I think I can do, I have 8 finals. Girl, I'm.
And also I was working on,
And it's literally because, but I also think that it seems really hard to me.
so I'd be happy to do this.
It's a lot of hard, it seems really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're coming
Yeah, of course.
Hey,
Make sure I had last week is a no.
by yourself with a
If
partner.
that was too much,
I would rather
I was
work
in
with
bed.
Most people do.
Okay, I'm counting this, I'm counting next strategy plan as a
Oh my gosh, what this project is.
yeah, that's a final. So just because it didn't say final, that's final. One,
Are we
two-
counting the final proposal?
Yeah, is that still, the final proposal is still like a lot of work. I think. 1, 2, 3, 7 finals.
Really? Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah.
One.
AutoCAD.
I know, it is.
Well, it's,
Six.
like I walked you without a jacket.
7, 8.
Yeah. And I didn't.
Yeah, we're both done.
I ran.
And that's the LinkedIn post that I haven't done.
Why is there audio in?
Let's roll turn into the.
I tried.
By
I
by yourself with a partner, no preference.
actually thought about it. Yeah, now I'm like so stressed.
I know. I also,
Take it, think
but
about
I
it.
know that she also takes the bus for
Yeah.
once, but that's
But
fine.
yeah, all of it.
And if I miss the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you take the bus.
And
I know.
Kaylin,
It's so hard.
Oh, boy.
Wait, did you guys ask him?
by yourself with
Was
a
asked
partner,
him
no
if it's
preference.
easier with a partner without. Do you want to say?
By yourself with a partner or no preference.
Do you say 2?
Write down your preference.
Like, what if you have 7 and 8 finals?
Either at 9
Or
or.
tell me or something.
I mean, I guess you still work.
I would like to work on that.
It's only like a part.
I could cut myself in half.
You can get a half of Savannah. You're gonna-
Hair is so beautiful.
Right?
I'm doing this in 30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I can pick for you, or you can.
I can work by myself if you guys want to.
Alright, done.
Like across the bridge from Oregon.
Alright, you're good. Thank you.
Yeah, it's in Portland. I like, I fly into.
My knee.
Yeah, it's so bad. I actually put it up, I should. Way too much for my life. It's just not fun. Yeah, I brain so, how does it taste like second class? Do you like start to fall asleep? Yeah. I've always. Are you more interactive in the first one?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like first class really like takes like 2 minutes. And then the second class like.
Well,
They got a lot of.
What part did you
Just
like?
like original,
Yeah.
like.
Okay,
like,
yeah, like
planning,
usually.
And it's like I can't take notes on it.
Oh,
Then we go on like
same thing.
a rampage. Yeah.
Oh,
Things
yeah.
that-
Oh, I would love
Ah.
that. Well, I mean, come on.
I love just showing these pictures of
I love him, I do.
So whenever I go see that, my
I think
friend
you're by yourself.
can.
Yeah, that's.
The little like
I think
tiny
so too. Okay.
airport.
All right, we're good there.
I'm not here and I just want to get out of fashion.
Because then also sometimes like I'll try and like add to it.
They get quick
So
swatch.
it looks like
I didn't really get a good
a
swatch.
dog dish. I guess like at least as I'm doing it.
I knew I wanted to go out of state.
So it
Yeah.
really depends on how much time I
What
want
about
to
you?
spend. You gotta take your wins.
Much what?
Earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When I met her, it was like.
Yeah.
Those are well defined. Like, I like
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why
I had an interview yesterday with Marriott Slide.
Okay,
It's like,
groups
oh,
are, groups,
You don't have a job. Really?
partners are now set.
Where is it? Oh, literally, it's the one called like Desert View, literally.
Okay, let's look at. project.
Yeah, was that like 40 minutes?
It was, my best 30 people doing that.
Okay, on Canvas. If you go to the final project, there are lots of resources here for you, and there'll actually be more as we progress. So I'm gonna walk you through what's on here. Okay, first are the instructions. So this set of instructions is rather detailed. So it's gonna walk you through each section and describe what goes in that section. Okay, so here's what goes in an executive summary. Here's what goes in the table of contents, make sure that it's linked to actual text. Here's what goes in an introduction, methods. When it gets to results, it'll describe and I'll actually give you some examples of what that might look like. So these instructions are detailed, but it also includes examples. Okay, so don't look at me like, the instructions are 7 pages, that's crazy. It's because it's lots of tips and examples and whatnot. So that is there. So it'll walk you through again, step by step, bite by bite. Okay, what needs to go in there.
That's our template, you said?
That's the instructions.
The template one's blocked.
Hold on, you're ahead of me.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Just saying it.
Okay, it's okay. Okay. Things to note. So your paper is gonna include an introduction. We haven't talked about that. I'll give you a little video, but it's like two or 3 paragraphs max. It's simple. Okay, methods you should have already done from app 2. Okay, results is gonna be your analysis. So you'll use tables and graphs to show your analysis. I will say, and this says in the instructions, but you can't just like plop the tables and graphs in there. They need some explanation, a sentence or two of what's in that, okay? Discussion, what's that all mean? Like 15% of your grade is management recommendations. So based on your results, you would recommend, your audience for the paper is gonna be ASU Student Services. So what would you tell Student Services based on this? Based on your data, what would you recommend to Student Services? They need to start a program to do this, or they need to stop doing this or that. Yes, Savannah?
So
We don't have to do anything on Google Sheets, do we, for this project?
You don't have to.
I hate
you-
that.
You can do it, and are you asking, you do have to do analysis. You can download it into Excel if you want. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking or not.
That was my question, yeah.
Okay, you can use Excel. Okay, I give it to you in Google Sheets, but you can download it into Excel. Okay. The management recommendation is a significant part of your grade. Okay, so that's what goes in it. And again, details there. Okay. Template. Okay, Grace, you're saying you couldn't see this?
I can't get in now.
Can anyone get in?
It's, you need access. I can,
And the work plan.
and the work plan?
Yeah, they're both set up the same way, so give me just a second.
Take it to. Dang, I got no snack up in here.
Bring them some. Well, yeah, like that, never.
Okay, we'll deal with the work plan in a second, but you should now, if you refresh, be able to get into the.
She's got
The
the
template.
snacks. She's got it around.
So, I've set up a template for every single one of you. Okay, we'll accept the groups that were just formed, okay, but I'll do that shortly. So, in that, you will see, so I've got all the headers. So here's your title page, executive summary, table of contents, list of figures and tables, introduction, methods, results with all your subsections. You'll need to fix my typo there. Discussion with your subsections, references. So everybody has this already set up.
Thank you.
And the way now this should look, you should have access to the folder, but only yours can you edit. So I gave editing privileges to yours. If you don't like working in Google Docs, you don't have to. There's a couple advantages to using this. One, it's already set up for you. Two, it's easy for me to check on you. If you have questions. Okay. So all those are set up, well, most of those are set up, all those will be set up shortly. The next thing.
That was nice of you, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
The work plan is another one where you have.
Yeah, I'll do it right now. Okay, you should have access to the work plan folder now. So again, this is totally optional. But I've set up a work plan for, again, all of you individually. Again, this is completely optional, but because I'm always telling you bite by bite, so I set it up bite by bite for you. Okay, so you can see exactly, here's how I would do the steps, and here's the order I would do it in. You don't have to in this order. This is how I would do it. Okay, so there's like 21 steps I've broken it into. Some of these are gonna take you a couple minutes, some might take a little bit longer. But I think if you like break this down, you can knock it out. And so 21 steps, so we have a few less days than that, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend the strategy, but if you did one step a day, you're basically gonna be finished. Okay. Now, some of these you can do quickly. So for example, first I would do your meaning scores for multi-item measures, then I'd do your descriptives, then I'd do your bivariates, create your tables and graphs, do your one slide, okay? So that's how I recommend approaching it. You don't have to. You don't have to use this, okay? But if you'd like, it is set up there for you. Questions about this? I'll be curious when we're done if you find that helpful or not. I've never done that before. Not yet, but I'll roll these out. I'll have several videos like going over each part. So like for the analysis piece, it's quite a bit. So I'm not gonna go through like I did on the app, every single analysis, but I'll go through example from every type of analysis. Like, here's how you do a correlation, here's how you do a crosstab, here's how you do an average. Okay. So I'll do videos for all those and for not necessarily each of the sections, because you don't need for each of the sections, but a lot of them. Yes, Savannah.
I don't know if I'm stupid or not, but
You're not.
maybe.
I mean, I know, you're not, okay?
Maybe you probably said this, maybe I wasn't paying attention. But for the second link on there, the project data set and analysis workbook, did you talk about that already? Because it says I need access to it.
I have not talked about that already.
Okay.
Okay, you're okay. But thank you, because I actually didn't mean to skip it.
Okay.
But I'm now gonna come back to it. So I'm gonna roll out little video instructions for each of the sections. Okay. And then there's this document, rubric and tips for success. I need to update this, but it should be basically the same. So it's gonna tell you exactly how you're graded, how much each section is worth, and just some notes of things I noticed in the past. Make sure your table of contents is hyperlinked. Okay. Make sure you describe. Okay. So I'll update that, but if you want an idea for now, it's there. Okay. Data set and workbooks. So this is another link I need to fix undoubtedly, because everybody has an individual.
On one of the notes, it says, did you use Times New Roman or Arial? Does that mean you would like either or? is
Yeah, either one.
there- Okay.
Okay, I think that link will work now, Savannah. All right, so your data, again, I set it up. Everyone has your own data set. Okay, or will have by the end of this afternoon. Here's what's on that. You have one tab that's your variables tab. Okay, this is just a reminder of what we're measuring and which items relate to them. I recommend going in here and identifying the measurement level. A little drop down there for you. Okay, so you can do that. Here's your data. So your 8 stress measures, okay? Your summary scores. So for work-related, family, financial, school, social, your coping measures, okay? Now, if you're like, wait a minute, which ones are work-related? Well, you go to your variable tab. Work-related is just number 2, so that's easy. Okay, in fact, of these, school is the only one that has multiples. So school is 1, 3, and 8. So for school stress, I would take the average of 1, 3, and 8. Okay, so those are your multi-item measures. So if we look at our work plan, I have way too many documents open. Okay. Mean scores for multi-item measures. That's just doing those. You will notice you have some missing data where people just skip those. It's okay. It doesn't affect anything. It doesn't change your analysis. There's all your data. Here's your analysis. Okay. So what I've done, actually I did on the data sheet too, everywhere in yellow is where you're gonna do the analysis. And again, I've preset this up for you. Okay, so I'm trying to make it as easy as possible so you can focus on the actual skill set. Okay. So I've preset all the tables up. Again, the yellow is where you're gonna do the analysis. Their count functions. Their average functions. These are correlation functions. These are crosstabs. This is all the stuff you did and was at app 4. It's all the same stuff. But everything's preset up for you. So this is gonna be your analysis. This, I think, will be this is gonna be the first thing you're gonna do is take care of the spreadsheet. The rest, I think, largely just flows from that. Okay, you've got to write it, but it should kind of write itself. Like once you kind of do your analysis, figure out what the heck it all means, okay? Then you can tell your story. Here's an example. Now, every semester is a little bit different on what we do. So it might not be exact, but this will give you some idea. Want to see an example? And then if you're curious, which you may not be, here are real world evaluation projects I've done. You'll see if you do look at these, like none of them look the same. It depends on what the client wants. So, like this. You all know Sun City. Sun City is a 55+ community, so we did a big recreation needs assessment for them. See if it actually downloads.
I'm sorry,
Yeah. Okay.
it's.
So this one might, you can get a feel for how detailed this can be. So if you're scared of your projects, this was 308 pages.
Oh,
What?
This was not your project. This was just an example of something I did.
It was how many pages?
Okay, 308.
Take me back to Kelly,
Good.
that's the WPO.
Okay, let me tell you the more fun part of this. They paid us $50,000 for this.
Wow.
That's all.
I was actually gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was gonna ask you because of like the tenure, like if someone wants you to do statistics, like is that for, like, do they hire you or do they hire you through like ASU?
They hired me through ASU. So yes, they paid $50,000 for this. ASU takes 57% of that off the top.
Man. Wow.
So now you're down to 23. Out of that, I paid a graduate student. So like, I made a couple $1,000s personally off of this. But it's okay, I got funded a graduate student. So that's the biggest one on there. If you're curious what this stuff looks like. This one's probably a little more like yours. This we did for the Utah Jazz, for their youth program. This one, they didn't pay for. The reason being, we're using this data to publish a couple articles. So they basically let us use the data and publish off of it, so we gave them the evaluation for free. But again, those are just in case you're curious what the stuff actually looks like. That's your tools. What questions do you have? Way faster than I thought it was gonna be. I feel like I went too fast.
Will there be videos on kind of like the Excel sheet and step by step?
Yep.
That's how I did it last time. so it
Yep,
was
yep.
like-
And I won't go through, so the videos I'm gonna record, right, so like here, we've got average stress by year in school, by gender, by gender again. I'm not gonna do all of these, I'll do like one example for you. You will notice on some of these, I put p-value optional, so you don't have to do that, that would be bonus points. Because we only learn t-tests, you can only do it when you have 2 categories. So that's actually why that's why this just has male and female, because I can't do a p-test for 1 and 2 categories. Cool. Here's what, if anybody does want to do the advanced option. Okay, here's what your statistics will look like. It would just be these tables. I'll do them with you. Questions do you have?
How do you know which template is yours? Remember?
I shared it with you, but not you because I didn't have you in a group yet. Okay, so many of you got emails last night. Having said that, if you just like lost the email or whatnot, on Canvas, if you go into people and then project groups, you see there's a number with it. So you should match your number. You won't see everybody. I don't think you see everybody. I think you just see yours, right?
Where was, oh, people.
To Savannah's question, you can leave it in Google Sheets and do it. Okay. If you'd rather do it in Excel, you can download this as an Excel document and do it in Excel. The advantage of leaving it in here is I can check on you. Okay, next thing. So one of the reasons I give you the templates. So if you work in Google Docs, let's say you're writing the results section and you're like, I think this is right, but I'm not really sure. Here's what you do. You insert, comment, and you tag me. At Eric. Okay. Now, if you just tag me, I'm gonna be like, why is he? So you gotta tell me something, like. And then you hit comment. What happens is it sends me an email. Okay. That email has a link. I click on the link, I go right here and I check on it for you. Okay. So it's a really nice way to get feedback quickly. So if you're not sure, if you just want another set of eyes, if you're lost, just tag me. Okay. And that'll save us like back and forth. Obviously, it's more complicated. We need to talk about it. We'll figure that out. But oftentimes I can just look and help you along. You can do that on your templates. If you stay in Google Sheets, you can do that as well. Okay. You can't do that from Excel, but you can from Google Sheets. Same. Third comment. And you look at table 5, whatever. Okay. Yeah.
When are you gonna release the video about like doing the?
I'll start doing them this afternoon. I won't get them all out at once, but. I'll do them this afternoon. I thought I'd get to it this morning. I didn't. The other thing, if you want more help, okay, remember from the front page of Canvas, okay? Click here to schedule a meeting with me. That can be on Zoom. Not this week, after Thanksgiving. I'll open up my calendar till like 9 p.m. If you just like, I'm completely lost, can we walk through the analysis together? Yep. Happy to just like do it with you. Look, 30 minutes with me, 60 minutes with me, and we'll just do the analysis together. What other questions do you have? I feel like I went really fast, so ask me for clarifications. plan for Tuesday, we're not done yet, but just so you know. I know it's Thanksgiving week. I will be here. I may go over some things. I'll probably be like, here's some things to look out for, here's some things to double check, because I know right now it's like a fire hose, right? And so you're not remembering everything. So I'll just remember this, pay attention to this, here's some things I've seen, but it's mostly gonna be work time. So just like before, like I encourage you to be here, but if you want to zoom in for that, you can. I'll post it on Canvas. That's Tuesday. Okay. The other thing we will go over on Tuesday is your presentations. I'm gonna mention them now because I know that was another, not as bad as exam, but I know that word also stresses you out. Okay, your presentations again are one slide, 1 minute. Okay, the point of those is to force you to make some progress on your analysis. You're not gonna be finished. I mean, you're close to finished. Okay, you're just gonna go up, you're gonna pick like one piece of interesting data, go over it, give a recommendation for it. Let's see what's next. Yep, so this is what it looks like. This is what your one slide is gonna look like, something like this. Okay, you can even use this as a template. Pick one of your research questions. Okay, there's like 9 of them. Okay. Give me some data, summarize it for me, make a recommendation based on that data. So again, part of this is forcing you to like make some progress. The other part of it is by sharing. I find we often learn from each other, particularly in the recommendation piece. Because some of you, many of you are doing well, some of you are still struggling with this. Okay. And I think it helps to hear other people and how they interpret data into recommendations. So that's the whole point of that presentation. Okay. Those should be pretty easy grades. They're not quite did it, didn't do it, but they're really, the rubric's more formal than this, but like, looks like you actually put some effort in it or half-assed it is pretty much what the rubric is, should say. Most of you get full points on that. Yeah, Q.
And then when are we presenting this again?
A week from this Tuesday, so when we get back from Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Okay, Savannah.
Is the presentation like a piece of candy?
You're setting me up. If I can remember that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we have cupcakes and candy. Again, I'll bring that up again Tuesday, but just so you know, like that is a low stakes moment, okay? That should be an easy grade, which some of you, most of you are great, but I know some of you might want it. Also, a reminder as we start hitting down the home stretch, you do have, if either you're sweating your grade or you just want to improve it or you want to build some cushion in, you do have these 3 bonus assignments. These are all skills that we don't cover but are relevant to this class. So it takes learning a little bit of something and doing a thing, okay, but not terrible. Data coding is the most mindless. It's also boring. Okay. The other 2 are one, some like cool stuff in Excel, if you like that, or sheets, and then one's about statistical significance. Okay, so those are fairly substantial points if you want it. Again, the project is due December 10th-ish. There'll be some wiggle room there, but that's technically the day of your final exam, which we don't have, so December 10th-ish. Okay. What other questions do you have? What other resources do you need? How can I best support you in this process? Yeah, Paige.
For myself, I think that I struggle a lot with Excel
Mhm.
and sheets. And I watched the videos and I'm not sure if you have it already, but do you have like a list of the codes that we have to do?
Of the codes, like
Yeah.
what the equals are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I think it's just, if you look at that table that was on the exam,
Yeah.
that cheat sheet,
Okay.
that's, that covers them. What else looks? How would feel? It looks like a lot, but again, if you just take it in little bites, it's not. I mean, it's a final project, it's substantive, right? I'm not gonna pretend it's not. I do think. For most of you, at the end of the day, you're gonna have something that you can A, be proud of, and B, showcase to employers. Potential employers, like, look, here's a skill set I have, here's a big evaluation project, a big research project I did.
That's one thing keeping me going, knowing that I'll like put it on my website.
It's a good thing for your portfolio. What else? Anything, gang? If you want to get started, you're welcome to hang out here. If you're fried, we have an exam on Tuesday, I get it. You're welcome to be done for the day. Those of you I just put in a group, I need to give you access to a sheet, but if you want to stick around, I'll do that. Okay,
Hey.
going once, going twice. Yeah,
What portion is the most time consuming?
great question. The analysis,
Analysis.
the analysis.
Okay. Said that for lunch.
So if we look at too many tabs open.
I'm
There we go.
not given a
So if we look at your template, I would say, the analysis is the most time consuming. Once you do the analysis, the results is a bit plug and play, like it's take your analysis, plop it in, write a sentence around it, take your analysis, plop it in, write a sentence or two around it.
Okay.
Okay, the next, so that can take some time, but it's easy, should be easy. The introduction can take a little bit of time just because it's not something we really cover, so you get a video, but because it's not something we cover, you get a video, it's not heavily weighted. Again, it's 2 paragraphs, but you do have to look up some sources. I guess we did learn how to look up sources. Recommendations aren't necessarily time consuming, but put some thought to those, right? Because that's like 15%. Recommendation are 15%, and then professional presentation is 15%. Those are your 2 big chunks. Good question.
Did you get a better score?
Anything else? I'll post an announcement about Tuesday's class with the Zoom link for those of you who want. You're gonna be the same as before, like, I do ask you just tell me, that helps me plan. That you're gonna be on Zoom. It also helps me to look for you in case you end up in the waiting room. Okay, Grace, I can send me an email. I will forget this. Send me an email.
I'm like.
All right, folks, if you, again, you've got 30 minutes. If you want to hang out and get started, you're welcome to. If you're just done for the day, that's fine too. Okay. All right, the time is yours, however you see fit.
No, wait till they send this. And then you know, do the graph.
No.
That was what Megan's doing.
But would you just like?
I'm ready to start.
Oh, no, okay.
So your analysis is gonna be different, so we should set that down to the analysis. Okay.
You can put one on hold.
Now you wanna go on.
And I know. On Black Friday, yeah. Maybe I can put them on hold. You can come over during my break. Perfect, thank you. You're welcome.
Actually, no, I could do after 2.
I can just stop this, you know.
What does she want?
Okay, or I'm.
I don't know,
Okay.
if
I
I,
just like
I
stop
could
by your room.
try, I could do 15, but I didn't like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Savannah, I really wanted to do
So-
this. So I was gonna tell you, because I was thinking about
But I
this.
could probably, like,
I'm not agree with your exam. You're fine. You're, I don't know what we're in that range.
I don't know why, but my Instagram is connected to Jake's phone.
This analogy may not work, but I think it works for you. So if you think about rock climbing, like, you can take the easy route up, you can take the complicated route, the
Instagram.
challenging route up.
Yes.
I don't know why, but my Instagram
People
is
take the
connected.
easy route, make less mistakes.
They're like,
People take the challenging route,
if you are
become better rock climbers.
I don't know who's gonna tell me.
Yeah. I always do.
But you really will pay off in the long
So
run.
my
Yeah.
picture.
I mean, the other downside for you is teach the easy route.
We have a side visit.
The graduate class, I teach the challenging route.
Right, yeah.
Nice.
No, I'm excited.
With-
Are we still meeting?
You
It makes me
mistakes
think a
'cause
little
you-
more and I like.
Either way,
Yeah.
I like to write this.
Awesome,
Thank you.
Hi, are you gonna stay here?
I'm just trying to format
Yes.
my other file.
I need to.
Record myself and keep this, so. Yeah.
You have one?
But I'll see you.
Yeah.
I'll text you, I'll text you, I'll see you.
I thought he said you.
I'm just looking.
Yeah,
Okay,
respond.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
update my
Cause I
portfolio.
think I saw your name in my text this morning and I didn't respond to any of them. About the.
You really have to, I just saw it, I was like, sure. I just didn't know. But that's okay.
Right?
I had a quiz.
You're the cool, right?
Why does
I
I?
had a quiz today yesterday.
I'm sorry. Literally, I'm in that weird.
Okay.
I'll be sorry.
Well,
I guess I'm
Do you
like,
wanna
when
know
all
how many
teachers-
total CFE hours I have?
I'm just
up
Kim, but it's just
until-
like.
Till
I have so much anxiety right now. I don't care.
October sixth.
So I'll see you
In
tonight. I'll
total.
text you.
For my all 4 years.
I'll see you later.
681.
Girl, look at you. I'm proud.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Half of it comes from PAB though.
Well, but still.
But I don't, honestly, it's probably more because I don't put events that I'm not there the entire time. So I'll go to events, but if I'm not there the entire time, I won't put it on there. It's like, it's like 1 hour and that's like stupid to me. Cause if I'm there the entire event, then it adds up to like 4.
You guys ready? You guys not working here? Yeah, I'm gonna make it some. Okay,
After tonight, I think I'm ready.
Oh, wow.
I love it. We're just
Yeah,
having
okay,
a-
yeah, just I like your outfit.
We're like clapping.
Okay, cool. I'll see if
Um,
yeah. What you doing? Especially since I didn't.
Does
Start
your
by going
CFEs need
through
to be an
that. Oh, and-
RP or can it be anything?
And then cry.
Well, I changed major.
Oh, that's right, you're
But
correct
I
now.
still have I'm still gonna be in the RT internship because I have the.
She canceled
out
a lot of the.
Yeah, and then I have
Still
a
missing.
certificate in RT that will let me sit for
Yeah,
the.
I think I would just
certification
start
exam.
by like making sure you understand.
I just kinda wanna.
Yeah.
That's true, plus it would-
But I really.
Where you can start trying to do analysis, like make sure you
No,
understand.
then you
what's going
should
on.
send them.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Yeah,
do,
like,
I just wanted to have like best of.
And I was looking at.
But,
Certification assessment.
I have both, so I have stuff working with City of Phoenix and I also
I feel like you need to get my
have
big
stuff,
slapper.
working at a dementia clinic.
Let's start there and then we'll
But
talk.
yeah,
Sorry.
I was thinking-
No,
I'm messing around.
No,
Alright.
it's the truth.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, I have
more general.
for some reason.
CFEs, but
Schedule exam time?
all
Okay.
of them too.
What's your schedule like?
Yeah, I could have taken like.
What's your
they-
schedule
well,
like in
there were
general?
so many
I didn't get a
exams I could have
grade
taken, but they
It's
were
not-
A, really
yeah, I don't-
boring, and B, I didn't have any.
Do you want to do it this afternoon, tomorrow? Monday?
Oh, the one we did with Jimmy.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I was like, I didn't do that.
And I felt similar.
For the major education assessment,
Yeah.
that was.
When your schedule?
That we did in lab, right? We had to record it.
No, remember I told you it was okay if it didn't get recorded because there was supposed to be a.
Right now, we're going on an internship, I'm chilling.
I don't have an internship
As long as you have.
Are
the
you
data
kidding?
for it.
I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm really
all the
not,
time.
I'm chilling.
What do we do if we don't have an internship? That's my thing. Like, am I just gonna like, am I just, I need 6 more credits and I'm just like gone.
That's who you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, I mean, I have scholarships, so what, I'm gonna just defer it?
Mind you, I did talk to someone.
Oh, okay.
One of the events I was in, and she got.
I mean, I could do it in the morning, but I was trying to make it efficient.
Which I already have.
Yeah, they don't know how we work. Yeah. You're not gonna get.
But yeah.
I shall see you in an hour, probably.
Yep.
Looks over all of that.
Aaron.
Oh, okay.
As long
Does
as
she like,
Class, because we're gonna go over it in class. Okay.
you probably talked to her.
Yeah.
but- Oh, I
So,
thought Aaron had focus right
pretty
this
much any
weekend.
time.
We're about to- Said, oh, if you're
What
panicking,
time?
then email me. So just email Aaron and go,
Oh, okay, I will.
if you get desperate, I mean,
If I get
Yeah,
desperate,
if
you're right,
you're
you're
desperate,
right.
you really need.
So you need to
real
start
help, just ask her, 'cause she said, yeah, just
by
email me and tell
10.
me what
So
you
it was like
need,
just
what you're
10.
looking for.
Oh my gosh, I know this
That was fun. I ate
analysis.
so much free food yesterday. It was even funny. I just sandwich. Where'd you go? There's a travel conference that they have. It's bi-coastal, so every other year they have it here.
I'll send you an email later.
This year.
to
And
confirm,
it's-
but Monday,
It's you work registration.
10
and
o'clock
technical
in
service,
my
and that's
office
what
with
it's
four of
paid.
you. So
So, basically just check people in and usher it and.
I'll
stuff
send you an
like
email
that.
later.
It's really fun. Yeah, you make friends that way too.
I went to, this RT conference. But it was in Kansas City.
You want to tackle it too?
It's with
All right,
me
so we
for-
just need to set up a time.
But it
to do
was
the analysis
fun.
together.
Can I try to have learning experiences?
Yeah, like, not in a good way.
You used SPSS before? I don't even think you can do it. Which one?
No, I mean,
You
it was
just,
good.
like-
It was just,
I don't think it can be done in Excel. I think you need to do it in SPS. I mean, it can be, but it's really complicated. I think you need to use SPSS.
very last night
Okay.
that we were
Have you used
there,
SPSS before? I don't even know.
stayed up pretty late.
Yeah,
so
so just,
Some of us.
come on,
went
book a time,
sitting-
Okay.
60 minutes
Got
just
it.
to be
So
safe.
fun.
The data,
Yeah,
if I can take a
okay,
look at
okay.
now, you have it.
But.
It's
And
the
then-
same
we
data,
went to,
but like, I need to put
fly
it in the
out
other
that
program.
day.
which
Like,
is
it's just-
amazing.
And then
Different
had school the
analysis.
next day.
Yeah, it's a different statistical
Oh, so you
analysis
know what it's
program.
like going
It's
Okay.
more advanced than what we
over.
do.
Okay. Yeah, having responsibilities the day after.
All right, I'll go online. You said sometime after the second. You wanna do that?
Oh, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, go,
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna leave too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I really. Or
Sounds good.
venture
Yeah,
capital.
all right.
Thanks, Dr. Layton.
Yep.
You're not really sure you're just gonna do an outfit change?
No, I'm not actually. gonna do it. So,
Oh.
I'm not required to wear it. She said, oh, you know, it's good if you don't have
Oh, yeah, I'll do it right now.
We're working this week for 1:30, and I don't feel like doing laundry last night, so.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the shuttle anyway.
Yeah, but that works.
If he sends it to me while I'm at work from 2 to 5, I'll start working on it, like the stats part.
The data, I'll do it right now.
Oh,
Okay,
perfect.
You'll wait like 2 minutes.
I gotta give
Okay.
you, I gotta give you like the teeniest bit of a warning, and you know this about me.
Mhm.
Well, I have a crap ton of stuff due Monday, so I probably won't be
Monday?
doing Monday.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
girl.
I was gonna say, I
Monday.
probably on Monday, I probably have stuff due Monday, or not probably, I do, so I'm gonna be working this weekend on that stuff. I probably won't get to this project until after.
That's fine.
That's cool.
I wasn't, if I completed the data today and copy and paste my methods in, I wasn't gonna
That's
touch it
data.
until Monday
I'll
anyway.
do
Okay,
it.
good.
We're on the same page about that.
I finished
I
all
was
of
like,
it.
Kayla's gonna, I know that you get things done early, so I was like, she's gonna love the fact that I'm not working on it.
All right.
Yeah.
Kayla, do you remember what your group number is?
I think it's 20, but there's already 20.
$20. So
Yeah.
different from the people. list.
No, I created one more than I needed, so that's not what it is. You are indeed 20. That makes it easier.
Awesome.
Everyone's like gone. She's
Yeah,
going,
okay,
I'm
I'm
late, bye.
Time for breakfast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go to that place that's super far away?
No, I love that place, but no, I'm gonna go to this place called Thai something. It's on 7th, right across from, have you ever heard of McAlpine's? The diner and soda fountain place. They shut it down during COVID and I'm so glad it's open. If you like retro 50s stuff, it's a cute, really
The
cute.
one
diner.
in Coronado
No, the one out here. McAlpine's Diner and Soda Fountain.
on 7th Street?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
is
Same.
that
That's Coronado, yeah.
That's
Wait.
what, oh, I'm directionally challenged, so I
Yeah.
would not.
I think I've seen it before.
I didn't know.
Is it like far
Yeah.
out from downtown? Not
No,
far,
no,
but
no,
like you can
it's-
see it. You
It's
can
a
see down-
7-minute drive if that helps.
And so you're going to the Thai
Okay.
place right across the street. that's
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Avalon Ryan, what's your last name?
Jaramillo, it starts with a J, Jaramillo. All right, I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
Thank you,
Have fun.
Eric.
Yep, see ya.
Caleb. Bye.
All right,
Good.
I shared the analysis with you. I'll do the template. and
Oh, that's
that
fine.
later, But
Thank
the
you.
analysis you really need.
All right.
to get started.
I'll do the analysis at work.
Yeah.
So,
Like first of all, in majors and all that.
oh, did you hear about that?
Not all of it, but I got
No.
looked into some emails.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
No,
Well,
it's not-
no,
it's not
so
true.
I was in the Canvas shell for the practicum because I talked to her before I switched like my major, like way before to get into the practicum to like do all this stuff. And then she recently emailed me and was like, why haven't you turned your stuff in? And I was like, oh no. It kind of freaked me out just a little bit because I don't like confrontation at all, but
Yeah, it sounds scary.
she's very, and then she was like, well, I know someone who's both, do you want to talk to them? And I was like, what? What would I talk to them about? But I was like, yeah,
Lane's a good contact.
Yeah. but I don't know. How are you? Hopefully she didn't like,
No, I was just, I tried to be very clear, like, I did not pressure her. I was like, I told her, here's the situation, it's your decision, and that's why I tried to, be like, it's her
Yeah.
decision. I was like, well, she won't be prepared for the CTRS. I'm like, it's her decision, like, she knows what she's doing.
yeah. Huh, that's okay. I don't know. He was like, do you want to talk about the pros and cons? And I was like, well, I already kind of like thought about all of the pros and cons beforehand,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I am like, for the CTRS, like if I really need to, I'll buy the book and study
Just
from
study,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's just a matter, I'll deny this of Kelly, but, if it's just a matter of like learning the material, you can do it independently.
Yeah,
Like, you're gonna get the required classwork and an internship,
yeah.
you just have to learn the material.
Yeah. And I was planning on studying from the book anyways, because I'm the type of person that immediately like memorizes things and then it just like out of my head.
Yeah,
So, oh well, but that was an experience. And I was doing that while I was working for John Sefton's class,
Mhm.
and we had the final presentation yesterday.
oh yeah, I heard everybody around me practicing. with the
Oh,
floor. Yeah.
I was practicing on the second floor and I studied with my little note cards. So I was like, this is the disability demographics, which is what, but anyways, it was a lot to juggle, but,
Yeah, sorry, I know, like, I feel pressure from Kelly sometimes, so I imagine it's even harder for you.
no, that's
She-
okay.
She cares deeply about TR. and-
Yes. I could tell that she
and
was not,
I imagine she's a little butthurt.
I don't know why, but that's okay. Like, hopefully, I don't know.
Sorry. Any questions?
Anyways, oh, sorry, I lost track of thought.
No, it's my fault, I interrupted you.
That's okay. So like for finding the number, for this sort of thing, for like work related or like the number for like race, I noticed that these don't have, they're not labeled, so I was wondering what do we do here, and also for race. It isn't like on. It isn't really like on App4 where it's just in one thing, so I was
Okay.
wondering like what we could like.
So there's a lot of different questions there, so let's take it one at a
Sorry.
time.
Okay,
Okay, so what's the first question?
my first question is, how would I calculate number for work related?
Okay, so this is, your, it's a count function.
Yeah,
So equals count, there's two ways to do it. Let's do count F, parentheses. Highlight the range of variables. That's, yeah, I think that's a single item, so you can do it that way, comma.
Oh.
Quotation marks,
oh, is it the 0 thing?
greater than 0.
Yeah, okay, okay. Alright. And then do I do that just with all of
Mhm.
these?
Yep.
Okay,
Now, not all of those are single items, some of them you have to, like, so you go to variables,
oh, okay,
right? So like school
Right.
is posted, so you'll need to
okay,
take the average of those two.
cool, thank you. And then for race,
Mhm.
I was also a little bit confused because it
Yeah.
wasn't all in one.
Yeah, so, go to the analysis. So we'll do Webster's equals count. So count F again, yeah.
Yeah,
Parentheses. Highlight that range. Equals 1.
oh, okay, I see. And then just
Mhm.